Hi, have you ever tried to meditate and find that your mind is wandering and you keep losing your focus? Or maybe you've tried to meditate and you fall asleep or anything like that. If you have, then you may be really interested in the conversation I'm going to have with my guest today. My name is Bethany Gagne. I'm founder of Numinous, the organization that sponsors the Global Peaceful Cities Project. And it is with great pleasure today that I introduce Bob Holbrook, who is the Director of Innovation at the Monroe Institute. Bob, can you just let people know briefly what the Monroe Institute is about, their great work?
Yes, the Monroe Institute is a residential facility near Charlottesville, Virginia, where we hold programs and we also do online programs to help people with meditation and expansion of consciousness and understanding more of who they truly are.
Yeah, and what's interesting about the Monroe Institute approach is when you say expand consciousness, is that, what I love about Monroe is that you make it granular, that there are these kind of different locations in consciousness. There are different ways to access particular places in consciousness and how helpful that is for people in meditation. And you also use some music or some frequencies to some basically sound support with your meditations. Can you talk about that?
Yes, we have a whole series of different techniques we call Monroe Audio Support that we can add to music, add to any kind of a meditation that you might use headphones for to listen to, or speakers sometimes. And it helps you with that turning inward process of meditation. If you are a meditator, it will give you a great enhanced context for that. If you're not a meditator, it's a great way to help you learn.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm excited to report that the Global Peaceful Cities Project and our Juneteenth Peace Project starting on June 19th, we will be including this Monroe audio sound support with the music in the with the meditation to help you support you in lifting to higher, to more heightened lighter states of consciousness. And Bob, you've included some sound support that helps people facilitate in specific brain waves, including delta, alpha, and gamma. Can you briefly just talk about why you've chosen those particular brain frequency ranges to focus on for our meditation?
Well, sure. These frequencies are all integrated in a very special pattern that we've researched and validated, and it's a really great process. The case of the delta is to help you physically relax and turn inward and move into that level that some people would call subconscious level of awareness. So that this what we're about to engage in is going deep within us, and it's the true, real part of our essential being that we all know that we are. And so the delta helps support that. The gamma signals help to support a connectedness and integration of our being, of our physical brain. It helps activate it in a very balanced and coherent way. It helps us access that higher self where we might feel connected to others or all that is, or connection to a deity. Then the alpha frequencies in the middle help bridge those two together so that in that very few moments of the beginning of the exercise, you'll begin to expand your awareness into that more attentive, aware, true being that you are. And so therefore, it gives you that expanded awareness that allows you to initiate in inner peace and outer peace. And so I think that when you do that, you will feel that. And I invite anyone who does that meditation to, follow the instructions and, put your heart into it and do what you do. But as you're doing it, notice how you feel. Notice the shift in how you feel. And those signals are very much supporting that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we were talking earlier about how just the way you're putting these frequencies in and we're learning to resonate with them to lift our mood, that in general, what we're doing with the Peace Project is we are tuning to a particular frequency of peace. Is that right? And so by us tuning to these different states of consciousness, like you said, for us to recognize how different we feel from the beginning of the meditation towards the end, and then to really note that change, because I think it's so easy for us to just gloss right over it and not recognize that a profound change in state has happened So can you just talk about why it's so important for us to pay attention to our states and um,
Yeah, well, when you're paying attention to your state of being, you know what feels good and what feels right. And there's a great value in that. And also, it takes you out of that habitual mode of being. And so, what happens is you become an initiator of your behavior and your thoughts and further feeling. And so, it puts you on a very positive course very quickly. And
yeah,
so, paying attention to your attention,
yes,
paying attention to what you pay attention to. And so feeling gets disregarded often in our society and a lot of modern society because we're so busy and overloaded with incoming data. So, paying attention to how you feel about things definitely gives us tremendous information about us and our environment and the people we share it with.
and that sound is one of the quickest ways for us to move our feelings, right? I mean that
That's right.
right? Can
Yes, our neurology is very much developed around sound, and it's important to us. And if you look across the globe and anywhere in time, almost all religious traditions have chanting and singing, and there's sound involved in those spiritual types of practices in the wisdom traditions. It's very popular in entertainment.
yeah,
You cannot go to a movie and there isn't a soundtrack. What
right.
isn't that about actors and writing? No, there's sound. What is that doing? So, what is happy sound or scary sound. There's
Right.
sound very influential, right?
And Monroe has been on the cutting edge of using sound for consciousness for how long, right? And so you not only include frequencies, but you're also embedding rhythms, correct?
That's right. It's the rhythms of the frequencies, the ratios of how those fit together, when they occur, how they occur. We've been doing this for 50 years. And this particular meditation that we'll experience, that sits on the shoulders of tens of thousands of other people who have given us information through their experience. And so, we know what we're doing. We have a lot of people that have helped us over the years. And it just keeps getting better.
You do, and you also kind of use when people are taking programs at Monroe, you help them, ask them to give input on how they're experiencing the Monroe Audio Support, right? So that's how much research is coming from everyday people just like you and me on what works and what doesn't. So are there any programs at Monroe that specifically use these frequencies more than others that you could recommend?
Well, I would recommend just about any of the programs. And if someone's interested, just go on the website, monroeinstitute.org, and, look at the descriptions. Every experiential program is full of, frequency-based meditations every day in a group setting, in a very comfortable setting. So look at the topics that might be of personal interest to yourself. And then that's a good place to start.
Okay, all right. And to, for all of us to start recognizing maybe how sound enhances our everyday lives, and maybe we could use it more consciously to help our lift our moods. And certainly the Monroe Audio Support frequencies, which can be purchased on the Monroe website, correct? Like you
That's
have CDs on these, or right? Um,
sure.
so just to get in your car and to know that you're having this audio support in your car to help lift your mood, expand your awareness, and just feel more spacious inside of yourself, which corresponds to well-being. That's a really amazing resource. I know I've been enjoying it and we've been playing them. So thank you so much for all of your work, Bob.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for your time, and we hope you enjoy the Global Peaceful Cities Project Juneteenth meditation. A lot of thought and care and love has been put into it from different people, and Bob, certainly we thank you so much for supporting it with the Monroe frequencies.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, everyone. Please visit peacefulcities.org for more innovations in meditation and more conversations with the Monroe Institute. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.